Middle distance running events are track races longer than sprints, up to 3,000 meters. The standard middle distances are the 800 meters, 1500 meters and mile run, although the 3000 meters may also be classified as a middle distance event. The 1500 meters came about as a result of running 3 laps of a 500 meters track, which was commonplace in continental Europe in the 20th century. Events 600 yards. This was a popular distance, particularly indoors, when imperial distances were common. In 1882, American Lon Myers set what was then a world record at 600 yards, 548.64 meters, running it in 1:11.4. The event was a common event for most American students because it was one of the standardized test events as part of the President's Award on Physical Fitness. In the early 1970s, Martin McGrady was unsuccessful at longer or shorter races, but made his reputation, set world records and drew many fans to arenas to watch him race elite Olympians at this odd distance. 600 meters. This middle distance length is rather uncommon, and is mainly run by sprinters wishing to test their endurances at a longer distance. Like other middle distance races, it evolved from the 600-yard race. The 600 meters is also used as an early season stepping stone by 800 meters runners before they have reached full race fitness. Johnny Gray, United States, holds the record for men, 1:12.81, Santa Monica, May 24, 1986. Ana Fidelia Guiret, Cuba, holds the women's record, 1:22.63, Guadalajara, July 25, 1997. 800 meters main article, 800 meters. The 800 meters consists of 2 laps around a standard 400 meters track, and has always been an Olympic event. It was included in the first women's track program in 1928, but suspended until 1960 because of shock and the exhaustion it caused the competitors. Without the benefits of modern training, men of the era were, in contrast, expected to run themselves to complete exhaustion during competitions. David Rudisha, Kenya, is the current record holder, 1:40.91, London, August 9, 2012. Jarmila Kratochvílová, Czechoslovakia, set the current women's record, 1:53.28, Munich, July 26, 1983. 880 yards. The 880-yard run, or half mile, was the forebear to the 800 meters distance and has its roots in competitions in the United Kingdom in the 1830s. 1000 meters. This distance is not commonly raced, though it is more common than the 500 meters event is for sprinters. This is commonly raced as an indoor men's heptathlon event, or as an indoor high school event. In 1881, Lon Myers set what was then a world record at 1,000 yards, running it in 2:13.0. The men's record is held by Noah Njane, Kenya, 2:11.96, Righty, September 5, 1999, while Svetlana Masterkova, Russia, set the women's record, 2:28.98, Brussels, August 23, 1996. See also 1000 meters world record progression. 1200 meters, 3 laps. A distance seldom raced on its own, but commonly raced as part of the distance medley relay. There is no recorded world records or world bests. However, Hikam El Garouj, Morocco, is believed to be the fastest man at this distance, 2:44.75, Righty, 2002. 1,500 meters. Main article, 1,500 meters, also known as the metric mile. This is a premier middle distance race, covering 3¾ laps around a standard Olympic-sized track. In recent years, races over this distance have become more of a prolonged sprint, with each lap averaging 55 seconds. For the world record performance by Hichem El Guerrouj of Morocco, 3:26.00 on July 14, 1998 at Rome, 2:1, 50 minutes 800 meters performances back-to-back. Thus, speed is necessary, and it seems that the more aerobic conditioning, the better. Jinspeed Dibaba from Ethiopia holds the women's world record, 3:50.07 set in Monaco on July 17, 2015. This is a difficult distance at which to compete mentally, in addition to being one of the more tactical middle distance track events. The distance is often witness to some of the most tactical, physical races in the sport, as many championship races are won in the final few meters. 1,600 meters, at exactly 4 laps of a normal 400 meters track, this distance is raced as a near replacement for the mile. It is, in fact, 9.344 meters, about 30.6 feet, shorter. However, it is still colloquially referred to as the mile. The 1,600 meters is the official distance for this range of races in U.S. high schools. While this race is rarely run outside high school and collegiate invitational competition, it has been held at the international level. The 1,500 meters, however, is the most common distance run at the college and international levels. The final leg of a distance medley relay is 1,600 meters. An accurate way to run an actual mile on a metric track is to run the additional 9.344 meters before starting the first marked 400-meter lap. Many tracks, especially high-level tracks, will have a waterfall starting line drawn 9.344 meters back for this purpose. Otherwise, on a metric track, there will be a relay zone 10 meters before the common start-finish line, frequently marked by a triangle pointed toward the finish. In many configurations, that triangle is about half a meter wide, making its point extremely close to the mile start line, which would be slightly less than 2 feet from the marked relay zone, the widest part of the triangle, or line. This length of middle distance race, 1760 yards, 1,609.344 meters, is very common in countries that do not use the metric system, and is still often referred to as the blue riband of the track. When the International Amateur Athletic Federation decided in 1976 to recognize only world records for metric distances, it made an exception for the mile, and records are kept to this day. Historically, the mile took the place that the 1,500 meters has today. It is still raced on the world-class level, but usually only at select occasions, like the famous Wanamaker Mile, held annually at the Millrose Games. Running a mile in less than 4 minutes is a famously difficult achievement, long thought impossible by the scientific community. The first man to break the 4-minute barrier was Englishman Roger Bannister at Oxford in 1954. The current record holders are Hichem El Guerrouj, Morocco, 3:43.13, Rome, July 7, 1999, and Svetlana Masterkova, Russia, 4:12.56, Zurich, August 14, 1996. 2,000 meters, another event that is rarely run. A miler's speed will generally allow her to prevail at this distance over less balanced challengers. Hichem El Guerrouj, Morocco, 4:44.79, Berlin, September 7, 1999, and Sonia O'Sullivan, Ireland, 5:25.36, Edinburgh, July 8, 1994, are currently the fastest at this distance. 3,000 meters. Main article, 3,000 meters, truly on the borderline between middle and longer distances. The 3,000 meters, 7.5 laps, is a standard race in the United States, though it is not raced at the Outdoor IF World Championships. This race requires decent speed, but a lack of natural quickness can be made up for with superior aerobic conditioning and race tactics. The records at this distance were set by Daniel Komen, Kenya, 7:20.67, Righty, September 1, 1996, and Zhengxia Wang, China, 8:06.11, Beijing, September 13, 1993. 3,200 meters, at exactly 8 laps on a standard 400 meters track. This event is typically run only in American high schools, along with the 1,600 meters. It is colloquially called the 2-mile, as the distance is only 18.688 meters shorter. In college, the typical runner of this event would convert to the 5,000-meter run, or potentially the 3,000-meter run during indoor season. It should be noted that in most Eastern American high schools, colleges, and middle schools, this event is usually considered a long-distance event, depending on the region. It is the longest track distance run in most high school competitions. 2 miles. Main article, 2 miles. This length of long middle distance or short long distance race was 3,520 yards, 3,218.688 meters. Historically, the 2-mile took the place that the 3,000 meters and the 3,200 meters have today. The first man to break the 4-minute barrier for both miles was Daniel Komen, Kenya, at Hechtel, Belgium on July 19, 1997, and his time of 7:58.61 remains a world record. Meseret Defer, Ethiopia, is the fastest woman, 8:58.58, Brussels, Belgium, September 14, 2007. 2,000-meter steeplechase, another race only run in high school or masters meets. The typical specialist in this event would move up to the 3,000-meter steeplechase in college. 3,000-meter steeplechase. Main article, Steeplechase, Athletics. The 3,000-meter steeplechase is a distance event requiring greater strength, stamina, and agility than the flat 3,000-meter event. This is because athletes are required to jump over 5 barriers per lap, after a flat first 200 meters to allow for settling in. 1 barrier per lap is placed in front of a water pit, meaning that runners are also forced to deal with the chafing of wet shoes as they race. The world records are held by Saif Saeed Shaheen, Qatar, 7:53.63, Brussels, September 3, 2004, and Gulnar Samitova, Russia, 8:58.81, Beijing, August 17, 2008.